Welcome to Equilibrium Paranormal. News, views, and reviews on everything para from around the world. Find us on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. Equilibrium Paranormal. Stay spooky.
I don't know whether it's picked up on my mic, but just as they said "say spooky," my daughter from another room went ah.
Oh my god! Why not? Did you hear that?
I don't know whether she's listening because my sister's here, so I don't know whether she's listening with them. But just as it's "say spooky,"
either way, it was either perfect timing or perfect value. It's like,
We'll go with it. It's fine.
That was the best. I hope you did pick that up. Hello and welcome. We are Equilibrium. We have been away for a little while, but we have come back and we have brought a new member with us. Well, not so new if you watch the Kent, the Essex investigation. And we have Laura with us. It's usually just me and Sarah. So, hello everyone. How are you?
hi
Sarah
guys.
first?
We're good.
Hello. Sorry. We're going clockwise.
That's going to be standard now, isn't it?
I know, yeah. We'll have to get Terry to add it in. Stay spooky. Up. I bet Terry will do that really well too.
Oh, I bet she would as well. I bet she'd roll the R's.
Yeah. Some Italian princess.
Yeah, she'd roll them. But yeah, so how is everyone? How are you? How's your week been?
Yes, I'm okay. Good. Busy, working from home. But yeah, it's just been really hectic. And I was kind of looking forward to just chilling out tonight with you guys. And looking forward to the weekend. Got a couple of things planned. So yeah. How's everyone else?
Yeah, I've been busy working. Nothing new there. But it is what it is. I don't have to get up the school run. So there's that.
Nice.
It's the little
I'm all good. Been a hectic about a week and a half. My daughter had her tonsils out, then she got infection. Now I've got an ulcer and cellulitis in my leg. We're all falling apart.
Yeah, good times in the Laura household.
Yeah. I felt like to feel left out, so I thought, I'm going to join in a bit.
Yeah, healing vibes. We're not laughing.
I am.
If you don't laugh, you're going to cry.
Exactly. Got to laugh for it.
That's exactly what it is. So a little bit about this evening. We have the comment section open, so please feel free to comment and ask questions. Hiya Simon, thank you so much for joining us. Charlie's Angels 2021. I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week.
Going
with it.
Wait, hold on. This way?
If I go hang on. I go that way.
Yeah. Simon screenshot. There you go. That's it. I hope you screenshotted that, Simon. So we're going to have a little discussion about amongst ourselves, about the paranormal, why we've got involved, what we find interesting, and what we would like to achieve and do in the future. And the chat and the comment section is open. So if you've got any questions about previous lives we've done, discussions, investigations, then feel free to drop them in the comments, and we'll ask them and have a chat about it. So I think the first thing I'd like to open up to discussion is how you guys got into the paranormal. Stacey?
Yeah. Okay. I think I was born loving creepy shit. Am I allowed to swear?
Oh,
I do.
But my first encounter, I'm not sure if I've told you guys this actually. My first encounter was a school trip. I was living in Barking at the time. Could have only been about 7, and they took us on a field trip. Now I know we didn't go very far, so I know that it was probably quite close to Barking, and I'd be desperate to find it again. But it was like a manor house, and it was the whole class. It was going. It was undergoing renovations at the time, so there was like the main floor was kind of closed, but we were stood on like the first floor, but you could look down into the main hall, like over the staircase. And I was just looking over this banister. The teacher was waffling on about something, and I just saw this like slightly see-through white figure kind of walking. It came from like underneath where I was looking over, and then walked across the floor. And I absolutely bawled my eyes out. I was scared rigid. I was like, there was like tears and snot and everything. And the teacher's trying to calm me down and trying to get me to stop telling all the kids about this ghost. And they're like, it's not a ghost. It was just one of the workers in a white boiler suit. And I'm like, I'm not an idiot. I'm 7. It's like, I can tell what it is. And I was just, like all the kids were just looking at me like I was a freak. And I was just like, yeah, okay, there's something out there.
Idiot. I'm 7. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
that was
that's okay.
Bit feedback there. Doppelganger.
That was me.
Yeah, so that was my
As you
kind of first encounter, and then just from then on, I don't know if it traumatized me, but you know, there was horror films and creepy stuff, and you know, Most Haunted and all sorts of weird crap. It's just been like on my mind constantly.
I love that. I think everyone's journey started at some point being 15 years old, 1 o'clock in the morning. It's the Halloween special for Most Haunted. So it's live somewhere, right? And they're all asking you to look at all these different cameras and to review the footage yourself. And yeah, we were there 15, 14. We should have been in bed, but we weren't, looking for ghosts.
I have that on DVD.
Oh, what, live? Have you really?
Yeah. So I went looking for it because I remember it, and I remember doing the same thing, laying in bed, should have been asleep, watching this live, and there was like all these bangs and noises, and I was looking for it the other day. I found it for £1 on eBay about a year ago.
That's
amazing.
We should get together and watch that. But I remember that. Yeah.
I would happily. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not the biggest fan of Most Haunted as much as I was, but just for nostalgia.
Yeah,
that would be
honestly.
amazing.
And it was like the first of its. No one had ever done that before.
No. Well, they did have that. What was that show from years ago where it was meant to be real life, but it wasn't. It was a scripted TV show. Is it Ghost Watch or something like that? When they did the house and the kids, and like I've done some research on that show a little while ago because I was looking at like Fear, the ancient fear system, and they were talking about this show. And there was a young boy who actually killed himself afterwards because it affected him so severely. Yeah, he went out. He was only young. It affected him so severely that he, I think he hung himself. Went to some woods.
Oh my God!
And hung himself. So because it wasn't, I don't think it was necessarily said this is real life. I don't know if it was, but it didn't state that it weren't either. And
there wasn't like a entertainment purposes only disclaimer back then.
This is well before then. So it's like, yeah. So I think that's why we have to do the disclaimers now. They're everywhere now.
Oh yeah, on everything.
But then Most Haunted really come out of the gate with the rest of it. And like I said, I know not everyone's a fan of Most Haunted, and don't get me wrong, it served a purpose. But at the same time, yeah, for nostalgia, just nostalgia alone, it would be so cool.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, definitely.
That sounds like a date I'd happily attend. Happily attend.
Who's bringing snacks?
Obviously me.
Well, you just volunteered yourself, Sarah. So
okay, cool.
yeah. He who smelt it dealt it and all that. Yeah, no, it's really good. Hopefully, we're hoping that we're going to be able to do. I know we've got a little bit of a spoiler alert. The Essex division is going to be going up to the Kent division soon, so that's going to be really, really cool. And we are looking, actually, if someone can help, we are looking for a really cool rustic Airbnb in the Ashford area. That would be so cool. If someone knows anything.
Game away that, doesn't it?
Well, listen, if we could go and find somewhere that has a little bit of history, a little
Something
small-
haunted would be great.
Perfect. I'm not saying we wouldn't be sitting up all night with our equipment doing a mini
Probably will
investigation
happen.
when
I
we're
would.
sleeping. But I'm saying it may happen, and you know, you never know what kind of gem we find. It might be another "Did you see it?" moment. Do you know?
We all need some more "Did you see it?" moments in our
I
lives.
know.
We do.
Exactly. So that's what we're
Just for the
looking for.
narration, to be fair.
She is banging, and if you're addicted to Terry's voice as much as we are, she does narrate and storyboard the Essex Division's investigation. So me and Stacey went out on an impromptu investigation at Hadley Castle and at Bowers St Gifford
That was
Church.
Gifford.
And it was really, really good. And we had some great spirit box session. I think I have listened back to it and I hear more now than I did when we were there.
There, I find that always happens when you've got time to sit and let your senses relax.
Yeah.
You can hear more.
One thing we did see, which was out of this world, was whilst me and Stacey was having a little bit of a mosey round Hadley Castle, which if you haven't been to Hadley Castle, it's up on a hill and the hill overlooks the whole of parts of Essex and a little bit of Kent, and it's kind of got really minimal light pollution there as well, so you can see the stars. And there was this couple laying on a rug listening to Fleetwood Mac, which was the cherry on the cake for me. Yeah. Stargazing, and there's me and Stacey with a
We're in the moment.
There was literally a wall about that thick between them, their romantic night, and
yeah.
He's like, sorry. They didn't let it spoil it though. They stayed where they were. They was laying on their blanket and still listening to. I think they turned their music up a bit, but so would I. But yeah, no, perfect date.
It was the perfect date.
It was. I agree. They haven't been together long though.
yeah,
the realism and all that.
Yeah. They're not going to be able to top that anyway.
No, definitely not.
There's no.
He's peaked.
Far too soon, probably. As always.
As always.
No offense, guys. No offense. So we have Paranormal Reason. Hello, Paranormal Reason. Thank you for joining us. And Simon is said X-Files and Ghostwatch. Yeah.
X-Files.
Love X-Files.
I was obsessed
do you
with
remember
that.
The Outer Limits?
The what?
The Outer Limits.
I do remember that, but don't remember that.
It's so good. Me and Simon were talking about it the other day about the Outer Limits. That's freaky, X-Files type of program. It's well good.
I definitely remember that there was one. I just don't remember ever watching it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I remember watching it as a kid. It's really good.
I think
you will be able to find that somewhere.
YouTube.
Yeah, I was going to say
you can watch it on YouTube. They've got the series on YouTube. You can watch it on there.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like I remember the opening credits of there being a planet.
Yes, there was.
Light.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, very good. That was nostalgic, watching that.
Those are the days. So let's talk investigation. So Essex and Kent have done their own investigation. Kent's got two. We've got one episode in the making and one that's already made. So tell us a bit about your episode, Sarah. What's your favourite part? Oh, she's on the move. There's a ram.
I'm just giving my daughter some medicine. I'll be straight back.
Kent Division went and investigated it's a beautiful pub. It's like Chocolate Box, you know what I mean? It's just so pretty and so quaint and so lovely. And there was a relatively good vibe going in there. It was quiet, or it started off quiet. but it was during the day and it was still open to the public. And of course, just as we was getting deep into our investigation, the school across the road broke up for summer holidays and all teachers come over to the pub. Of course they did.
Oh, them
Why not?
teachers, man, they're like the worst.
They're the worst ones. And to be fair, I think I would be too.
Yeah, no, that's one profession that definitely needs a pub lunch.
Yeah, definitely.
If ever there was an
Um,
understatement, that would be it.
But
No,
no,
we didn't.
it was really nice because I mean we didn't get loads, but we had some interesting things come through, and it transpired that so we picked up the name Samuel, which we couldn't we didn't know what the link was, but we after the investigation we found out that there had actually been the funeral of a guy called Samuel who used to go around and possibly work at a lot of the pubs in Tunbridge. So that was really lovely. And also we helped a spirit move on, which for me, that's what this is about. Like it was beautiful. But
It's really
yeah,
lovely.
That is lovely.
and we're now,
We-
or I'm now collating our next investigation, which is at Ainsford Castle. And again, lovely, lovely place, open to the public. It's definitely a nice place to go, or if it's like really sunny, for like family picnic. It's just lovely. It's just lovely.
How's that going?
Yeah, it's been a bloody headache from the start, to be fair. Not gonna lie. There was so much wind noise, and we're trying to
Oh, right.
sound and stuff. But we all now have fluffy things for the mics.
Oh, awesome.
So
You got-
yeah,
That is
You got mufflers.
that's the one.
mufflers.
I'm gonna put little googly eyes on mine.
Yeah, got muffler
That's
mics.
so cute. Oh, that's good. Good news. Yeah. I think that's the
Yeah.
one thing about when you're like when you're recording outside, it is being mindful. You're not thinking
Yeah.
either at the time with the wind blowing. You're not really taking that in consideration.
No, that's it.
But yeah. Going back to Paranormal Reason, I think he's actually gave us a couple of recommendations for us to stay. Eastbury Mansion, and Valence House is another one. So maybe we can have a look at that.
What? Yeah, is there places to stay?
Yeah, this is where it looks like.
Oh, cool. Okay. Thank you.
Even
Yeah, definitely look into those.
Yeah, we had a quick look. We have had a quick look, but yeah, we want to find somewhere, yeah, that's both reasonable.
Well, I think
and
if we're going to stay, it would be nice to just find something interesting to stay in
yeah,
rather than
that's it.
travel.
Or at least the surrounding area.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Something with like lots of history and quirks and character.
And I love sleepovers. They're like the best thing in the world.
Hey, slumber party.
Honestly,
Popcorn.
honestly,
Horror
I love
movies.
sleepovers. I don't think I could ever. I don't ever think I'd grow out of those. So
Spin
yeah.
the bottle.
who
All right, no,
knows?
we're going now.
You're going to stay in the closet tonight.
Stacey's like, no, I'm out. I'm out.
All right,
Okay,
I'm out.
guys,
Sorry.
that's me. That's no more for me. But yeah. So looking at future investigations, what kind of place would you what kind of place would in response to Stacey's school visit. So okay, in where was it, in Barking?
Barking.
Okay, so these are the places that that it could have been.
Oh, but
Yes.
the manor house.
Yeah. So he said it could be Valence House or Eastbury Manor.
No, do you know what? Eastbury sounds familiar.
We'll have a look.
Google it.
I as soon as I see a picture of it, I will recognize it because it was just this really kind of, I don't know, 2 or 3 like flat brown building with like a long drive, and I'll be able to, as soon as I look at pictures of those, I'll be able to tell what one it was. And if it is one, we should definitely go back there because that was my first ever experience
Yeah.
with anything paranormal, and that would be
That's-
awesome.
That sounds really good. Yeah. No, we can't.
Kerry, you didn't say how you got into the paranormal and stuff.
Oh, so mine's a bit of a weird story. It's a really long way round. So, my granddad passed away, and from that, I become really interested in mediumship. From that situation, that event, I become really interested in mediumship, and I would attend spiritualist churches. And then through that, I got interested in mediumship. And then through that, I got interested into physical mediumship. And from that, I got interested in the paranormal. So that's what kind of happened, because a lot of physical mediumship, they use things like spirit horns and spirit boxes and table tipping and all the like Victorian parlour games and stuff. Obviously, it's been a really painful growth story, because a lot of things that I was taught in the very beginning when I was doing a lot of work within mediumship, a lot of stuff that you learn. For example, Helen Duncan, who's very well known within the physical mediumship. She's quite a famous physical medium. I was taught that she passed away because she had done a private, and when I say private, it was illegal at that time to do this kind of stuff. So she was in a room where she was doing physical mediumship. The police come in, and the ectoplasm that she had presented had gone so quickly back into her body, it shut all her organs down, and she passed away. Now, this is what I was told. But then obviously, when we look at things like the witch trials and the Witchcraft Act, we now know that she was the last woman to be trialed for witchcraft in Scotland, and that this wasn't the case. And you have characters like Harry Price that then come in, who actually try to investigate her with like scientific measures, making sure that there was no chance for her to be able to fake, or and she decided to ruin that experiment by running out into the street and breaking all those measures. But what he was able to do was test the ectoplasm that she had presented, and it turned out to be stuff like cheesecloth and stuff. So that's just an example. When you think as well, Arthur Conan Doyle, he's also linked to physical mediumship. Arthur Finn, like these kind of people are linked to it. So it's a bit of a journey when you're learning things, relearning things about people that become quite important to teaching. Like, it's like, oh, that's a bit painful. It's like being told Santa Claus ain't real,
What?
So, oh, sorry, he is. Yeah, it is. It's weird, but yeah. So and I've been doing it for about 8. So the paranormal itself, that's changed, because I used to obviously consider myself as a ghost hunter, which has different like associations. That term now is quite, it can have negative associations attached to it. So now I kind of see myself more as a researcher. So even with that, within itself, has been a bit of a journey, learning, but you don't really stop. And yeah, I can't imagine doing anything else though in my free time. It is a weird and expensive hobby to have, but it's so normal for us. And when people go, "Oh, what do you do?" I'm like, "Oh, I look for ghosts." They're like, "What?" Yeah, that's what I like to do. Like, ain't you scared? I'm like, "Oh, why?" So yeah.
You're not going to tell them that.
Like, yeah, literally. Yeah, I crap myself. I'm not gonna lie, but no, it's not.
Actually, to be honest, like one of the ones I watch on YouTube, I watch all sorts of paranormal investigation channels. I'm sure you guys do, but I find sometimes the best ones are the ones where someone gets absolutely terrified.
Yeah,
It's like
definitely.
Screaming and kind of like hugging
bit
the
of
person next to
fear.
them. I know it's probably really cruel, and I probably wouldn't laugh if it was me, but it just kind of makes it a bit more real when someone's actually really scared.
Yeah, and there has been times where I have, because you have changes in your body, don't you, when you're in that situation? You go into flight or fight.
Yeah.
So you have all the changes in terms of, the cold sensations, the blood running from your fingertips, so you're getting, cold chills, and your heart quickens, and you become hyper vigilant and stuff. So when you get in that state, you're not like talking yourself, right, guys, let's get into this mode. You don't go in thinking that, but then once you set in, you're like, oh, this is going to be a bit bumpy.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way out, is there?
No, it's like the only way I'm going to get. Yeah, it is. Like she chose down. Yeah, no, it's not okay. Like the only time you're gonna feel okay is when you get out of it. But at the same time, you're like, oh, there's something here. What is it? You don't want to, and then you're like, oh, I'm a little bit scared. But can you touch my hair? No.
Don't touch my hair.
Can you tap me on the shoulder? But if you're gonna do it, please do it really gently, because I'm scared. I'm only a girl.
Spirit, like, what do you want from me? What do you want from me?
No, don't make me ruin my makeup. But yeah, so that's what it's like. But I do like those moments. But being in it, like you hear your heart beating in your ears, and you're like, this is a bit extreme, Kel. Nothing's even happened. You're here by yourself. You can't even see nothing. Like my heart was going boom, 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 like I'm having a heart attack.
Yeah.
That's even worse though when you can't see anything. When it's
I know.
pitch black.
Yeah, but you obviously try and reason. You're like, no, it's okay.
There's no one else here.
And they're like,
but then sometimes that can make it worse, because you're trying to like talk yourself out of feeling those feelings.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere in your ear,
We're laughing now. Guarantee if it actually happened to us, mate. Oh, different box of frogs.
Join us next week.
Oh god, it would just be a really weird toss up between like, I really hope I'll caught that on camera to get me out of here right now.
Yeah. And every single one of us got white hair. We were just white. Everything's white. The eyebrows are white. The hair's white. We're like,
I'd be okay with that. I don't really need
you
the transition.
Closely, you will literally see one of our souls leave our bodies.
Try and drag it back in.
Yes. Oh, good times though.
But I still want it to happen, like all the time.
If it's gonna happen, then I'd like to be the one that's behind the camera, just putting it out there that it's not actually happening too. But I'll be like the Zach Baggins of the situation. Like, just stay there, don't run away.
Nobody moves.
Stacey's in there.
The next morning, you're wondering why is Stacey glaring at Kerry over breakfast? Did she take your last sausage?
Usually. But yeah, so it's good. It's good times. I'll be that one. But we're actually, me and Stacey and Laura are actually joining Trident Paranormal this weekend on an investigation, which we're really excited about. I've never been to this place, so we're going to be doing a little bit of filming while we're there. And then we will be getting Terry. So Terry's the one that does the Essex episodes, and Sarah is the one that does the Kent Division episodes. Yeah, so stay tuned. Come for the paranormal, but stay for Terry's voice. That's what I say.
That's the only reason I joined.
Yeah, same. Same. It was all a good ploy. I love it when the plan comes together. But yeah, so this location, I've never been. Like I said, been around for a long time, but I've never investigated it before. And I don't think anyone else has. Have they? Have you guys been there before?
No. And I've never really seen anything, from like other teams about this place. I mean, I'm sure maybe they have, but yeah, no, I've never personally seen it. So I am really excited about it.
Oh, I cannot wait.
It's going to be so creepy.
It is, and I can't wait. It's going to be a nighttime one. It's been a long time, because even mine and yours investigation, although we were out in the evening and it did start getting dark, for a majority of it, it was daytime.
Yeah.
It was a daytime investigation, which was, it was that church was really like quite quaint.
I love that church.
Yeah.
I think that's I mean, in the day, it's the same as most things, I think. But in the daytime, in the daylight, it's really beautiful. It's really quaint. You can tell it's old.
Yeah.
And then it's a whole different ball game at night time, because you are literally down the end of a country lane. There's nowhere else to go.
No.
No,
No, there isn't.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those. If you start thinking about like worst case scenarios, like where you're going to go, what you're going to do, kind of thing, it makes it really creepy. Really
Yeah, it does.
creepy at night time.
And the country lane is exactly that. And trying to get, you couldn't get out of there quickly at all.
No,
there was
no,
no.
you
Yeah,
couldn't.
there's no. So we went there at the right time. I have been there at night time, and I had a really horrible experience there, and I was really kind of like dubious about going back.
I remember you saying, yeah.
Yeah, and I think a few people have had kind of experience. So if you've been to Bowers St Gifford, I think it's called St Catherine's. We thought it's called St Margaret's, but I think it's called St Catherine's.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, so everyone who all you've got to do is type in Bowers Gifford and then church. Is I think it's the only one actually in Bowers Gifford. So it's St Margaret's or St Catherine's, but it is literally like in the middle of a field. Kind of, you can imagine before the Pitsea and Basildon and all that was built up, that was literally in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. And you can argue one of two things here. It is alongside a train track. Now, we was doing investigations while we were there, and our equipment was not affected by when the trains went past. We were doing a K2 session, and it was like there was no hits on it whatsoever, and we had a train speed pass about 3 times, and it didn't affect the K2 at all. But then when we went around the other corner, we obviously done a preliminary, I can never pronounce that word, and we had to walk around and make sure that we weren't getting no weird hits, and making sure that, for us to take note any like abnormalities in our equipment. But yeah, hello.
Is it Domino?
Oh,
No, this time it's his sister Flo.
Ah.
Honestly, when I try and do my live videos on TikTok, like I do readings, if it's not Flo, it's Domino, like getting up in my grill, like, feed me. What? This isn't important right now. Feed me.
Love me.
Yeah, I've just had to put my foot in my cat's face about 4 times. Like, no, because he's going a bit senile. So, like, if he starts meowing, it just doesn't stop. Which, like, if you ever stay over, you'll find out that it usually starts at 3 a.m. But yeah, I was just like, no, go away, go away, go away. Get down.
Mummy's clocked off.
Yeah, not tonight. So Mark, Paranormal Reasoner, said there's a glowworm colony at Bowers Church, worth a night visit just for this. I didn't know that.
Oh,
do you remember them glowworm toys?
Yes.
Yes. Love one.
Yes,
oh,
I had one.
Yeah. I had one I used to sleep with, because it was like a nightlight, wasn't it?
Yeah. And the head used to glow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you had a little hat on it as well, little night hat.
Yes, that's good. Okay. There was a part of me that thought, how old was I when I was taking that to bed?
We are vintage.
But we were kids, right? It was like,
early
80s. Okay, that's good.
Oh, early 80s. Can you believe that?
Oh, I love the 80s.
Early 80s. I was late 80s.
I was late 80s. I was late 80s as well. But do you know what?
Oh, no,
when
we
you
were
know,
80s, weren't we?
when you have to like put your date of birth in, you just like scroll in for ages.
Yeah. Well, you know your age bracket.
Yeah.
What when you go up the bracket.
Yes.
You're like, God damn it.
That's depressing.
You have to keep scrolling and scrolling. Like, oh, there it is.
Oh, there we are. Old father time over here. Keep on going. It's taken me so long to get to it. I've started to gather dust. Yeah, it's not good. It's not
good. Doing that anyway, Kerry.
That's true. That's true. It is true. So we are looking. Sorry, changing subject quite quickly because we have gone off into a tangent. This is no longer about paranormal. This is completely about the things that we did when we were younger and all the amazing things that we've forgotten about. But going forward, obviously, we're a developing team. We've grown. We have 8 members now. 7, 8 members. There's 4 members on the Essex team and 3. No, how many is there of us?
Hang on,
Right.
wait. Sarah's
Oh.
counting in her head. There we go. See her nodding.
Dun, 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 dun.
Ooh.
You
How
could
many?
literally hear the cogs going then, couldn't you? That's why I
I think
turned the
we-
mic off.
I think we have 8 because we have Terry as well. So there's 4 here, 3 up
Yes,
there.
we've got you, Laura, Stacey, me,
Danny Lee,
Danny,
Richie,
Richie,
Jess,
Jess,
Yeah.
Terry.
Terry.
and Terry. So that's
Terry.
9.
Yeah, so we have 9 of us now. That's
Wow,
we're
that took
getting-
a really long time to figure out.
How many
Okay,
investigators does it
Holiday.
take? Right, yeah. Well, we started off as 2. This time last year, there was 2 of us. That was it, and we would do
Awesome.
a fortnightly show, and that's us. And then by this year, we've gone viral. We've got 9 members. We're out on investigations. We're building to our team, and that's where I want to get to next. Like, we're looking at equipment. Stacey has found the best piece of equipment that we've seen to date so far. We've had a bit of a chat about it.
Share.
Oh, honestly, I think if it's something that does get acquired, then it's going to have to be a reveal. So,
But
Yeah,
yeah,
but-
WhatsApp group and all that.
Oh, I need to know
Share.
you. I need to know.
yes. But we so going forward, what obvious piece of equipment do you think that we are lacking or missing or needing, do you reckon?
Microphone mufflers.
Mufflers. Need
Yeah.
mufflers.
Need some mufflers.
Mufflers.
Oh, do
We've
you know
got
what I
some.
would really love? An Obulus.
Mm.
Stacey said the same
And
thing.
what's the camera where you can see this, like the
SLS.
like 6 people? That's it. I'd love to have one of them and all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, funny enough, I saw. I mean, it didn't come with a tablet or anything, but it was just like the Xbox camera, and like it was used on eBay. I don't know how you feel about used paranormal equipment, but that was quite reasonable. I was going to talk to you guys about it, but yeah, SLS, Ovulus. I also think like we need like a REM pod, something that makes a sound so that we can walk away from it and don't have to worry about, because I think most of our motion detector stuff is just visual.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
Kent Division have actually got one on the way.
Ooh.
So
Awesome. Yeah, so I think it's good to leave things behind while you're walking, because sometimes
Yeah,
you know it might not want to be where you are. So to
Yeah.
have that sound confirmation,
I think wildlife
Yeah,
cameras
REM pods
as
are
well.
really good.
yes, like the night vision movement
Yeah.
detection. Yeah, and they're actually quite. I mean, I looked into those ages ago, but just because I wanted to like capture wildlife, and they're actually not that expensive. They're actually not that bad. So I think, well, I mean, the more we talk about it, the longer the list is going to get. But
Yeah.
We want everything.
I have always wanted, and I still want, and I'm sure I'll get one day, but the REM pod teddies, the ones that used to light up.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
with
yeah.
their paws like up the
Yeah,
I've seen them on
That's
eBay. They're about 85 quid.
honestly, one day I'm going to get
I
it.
saw
because-
one. I saw one this morning. It was only about 50.
Oh, really?
Which I didn't think was
Ooh.
too bad. I don't know if
No,
it
that's
was
not too
used
bad.
or not, but
That's not too bad.
no.
Welcome to the Paranormal Shopping Channel.
Yes,
Yeah.
where you can
You like Ethereum Collective.
and your haunted paraphernalia.
Yeah, that sounds like a good tag, actually. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie. If you've got equipment, I mean, our sister group, Paranormal Shadows Investigates, they develop their own equipment, and some of it has been used by Nick Gross and other paranormal shows in America. So we are hoping that we're going to be able to showcase some of their work, which is, I mean, we have their apps, we have access to their apps, and we use them. In fact, I think that's what Sarah was using when they did the recent episode with Kent. But
Was
I'm
that when
thinking
Jeff was blindfolded?
Yeah. So Jess
Yeah.
had good evening to the Infinite Regress. I did see your comment.
hello.
Didn't mean to
Hi,
ignore
guys.
you. So what we
Hello.
did was we took away her vision and we took away her hearing.
Sensory deprivation.
That's it. And we had the my phone, which had the app on it. We had that plugged into the headphones. I was asking the questions and she was responding based on what she was hearing, which is really
Yeah.
interesting. So we want to try that out a few more times and see what happens.
That sounds really good. So we could try that with the spirit box at the weekend.
Yeah, definitely. Do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, definitely. I can bring a mask along and get some sensory deprivation in. While we're talking about equipment, actually, if you don't mind me talking about it on here, have you guys ever heard of the Portal?
Yes.
Yes.
So you plug it into the spirit box, and it has a noise gate that reduces the radio static, reduces it, and it has a reverb so that any words that do come through are like reverberated, which makes it easier to hear them.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Heard about it? And it's all connected to like a mini guitar amp.
Oh
like this big.
wow.
So I was
That one. Can you see?
Portal. So I don't know. Yeah. So it's the Portal. That looks about right. I've never used the app, but I was looking for the actual Project Unity. I'm not sure, Sarah. I'm not sure because I was looking at the actual equipment. So I'm not sure if that does the same thing. I'll have
It's an app based on you.
that's what I mean. I'll have to look it up and see if it is. But yeah, it's like a mini guitar app. So you've got the noise reduction. It's basically for guitars, but obviously it can be used on anything. So you have the noise reduction side, and then you have the reverberation side. And I was watching a paranormal investigation on YouTube the other day, and it's actually really, I mean, it makes it creepier, but it actually helps with the words that come out of the spirit box. Anyway,
Wow.
to buy, they're like, I don't know, 150, 160. But I was looking at all the individual components, and I think I could probably make one for like £80.
Oh, wow,
yes.
really?
Yeah, it doesn't look that difficult. And I just think for the sake of like try, you know, £8, like the mini guitar amp, and then you've got your 2 gates. Like I think it could be really worthwhile.
Wow, that's impressive.
I reckon it'd be worthwhile. Sounds amazing.
Yeah, I'll send you the link that I watched the investigation where they used it in like this old asylum, and I just think it's going to be like a really good piece of equipment going forward.
Is that like the one? Oh, I think it was Ghost Adventures, and they were at this place where this woman discovered that she had this big machine thing, and it had little slots, and she would put like tarot cards or names and stuff in those slots, and then there was like vibrations and frequencies going through, and stuff would happen that way. Is that similar?
No, I don't know what this is, but I really want to watch it. Like, this sounds awesome. I don't know. No, what is that? Is that like, was that like
I
a?
can't remember what they called it, but
Okay.
They basically put one of the guys' names in, and when they were using all this high frequency stuff, the person whose name was in there had no idea his name was in there, but he started getting loads of activity around him.
Yeah.
We want one of those.
I'm not volunteering, by the way.
I will.
I'll volunteer. I will.
At least
I'm
you've
one
got
of the
some brave
people that are happy
ones.
to go in a room on their own and sit in the dark.
Yeah,
Awesome.
she is.
Okay.
Welcome
Welcome
Paranormal UK. Welcome Paranormal UK Radio Network. Thank you so much for joining us. They say if you can make it yourself, you'll know it's going to work. Some of the tech out there is dubious, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
agreed. That's what I always worry about with like apps and stuff. You never know, obviously.
Want something done? Do it yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
why
think maybe we
not?
should give it a go.
Not just a pretty face. And Mark Paranormal Reason says with the Portal, it's important to go for a battery powered amp. It's simply on amp. Sorry, a noise reduction pedal. A noise reduction pedal and a reverb pedal.
Pedal. Yeah. So that's what I established. Like, I only established this yesterday or the day before. I'd never even heard of it before. So yeah, I was just looking for all the 2 different pedals and the amps and stuff, and I thought we could do this. Don't need to pay 60 quid for it.
No. Thank you guys so much for your... Andy! Yes, we're going to be seeing you soon. I've told everyone before we come on about Andy.
Hi, Andy.
Oh, is
Andy.
this who we're going to see on Saturday?
Saturday, yeah.
I'm so excited. I cannot. I am so
I can't believe how
excited.
excited I am about Saturday.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. I've known and worked with Andy for years and years. Done shows with him, done research with him, and I've never met him in person. So I'm so excited.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so excited to see him.
Sounds
So,
familiar.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
I have a habit of this. So yeah, so thank you. And thank you for the advice, guys, both Mark and Andy. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
for your
definitely. Thank you. I'll keep you
yes.
posted on that. I think we should
Yeah.
We've
No. It's gonna be me, Stacey, who's above me, and Laura, who's the side of me, and Sarah.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'll be there.
Oh,
there. Sarah over there.
It's
She's
above
staying in
me.
Kent. Yeah. So us ladies will be there besides Sarah. Our actual first collective investigation with both the Kent and Essex team is the back end of August. It's going to be the first one we've all got together.
that's going to be so cool.
I know. I literally can't wait. Some of the locations we're going to be going to and what we're getting up to is going to be amazing. So a lot of planning has gone into it. So we look forward to sharing it. No, not the 4 of us. It's going to be me, Sarah. No. Me, Stacey, and Laura. Yeah.
Not this time.
No.
Not this time. No, next time.
Next
No,
time.
Sarah can't
yeah.
come, unfortunately. So you just got us 3.
But we're excited. We can't wait.
Oh,
Yeah. So
Really excited. Is anyone go on, what?
Simon's put, so it's Andy's Angels. Oh, happily be Andy's Angels. happily be that. Sorry, Stacey, you were saying.
Right, no, I was just going to ask if anyone watching has used the Randonautica app.
Ooh.
I've seen these.
Yeah,
I want
the stories there's an American one which is slightly different to the UK one, and the stories in America are pretty unbelievable, pretty intense. I was just wondering if anyone watching has heard of it or used it and had any interesting stories or anything.
Yeah.
I think something.
Either way, we're going to find out.
Yeah, because I was thinking like on the joint thing at the end of August, kind of when we've done what we need to do, kind of just turn on the Randonautica app and see where it takes us.
See where we end up.
Yeah.
Oh, Andy said yes, he used it. It took him to a local church. What did you put in, Andy? Redemption? What did you put in? Because I know you can put in things like peaceful, scary,
Yeah, you have to have. They tell you to set an intention, don't they? So they ask that it kind of just says to ask you what sort of thing you're after. What your intention is at the time. So I don't think on the UK one you can type anything in. I think it's just supposed to be like a thought process.
Oh wow, that's
the
impressive.
American one. But I just thought it'd be fun.
I'd love to try it.
Yeah,
maybe if we leave earlier enough, we can have a quick go on Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
Everyone's plans are. Dark Mysterium, who I'm assuming is Andy, said he just put in ghosts.
Well, it's not complicated things. Like that's all you want, right?
Yeah, like ghosts and it's your graveyard. See, there's this big debate, the fact that there isn't. I mean, I know we went to a church graveyard when we went on our first investigation. A lot of the reasons why we went there was because of the history of the church more than the graveyard itself. We didn't do a lot of work. If you think about it, actually, we didn't really do a lot of work with the graves. Our investigation was centered around the church and that huge tree that's in the middle, that really big. It's got like a weird vibe to it. But although our investigation lead us to a grave, so but there's this thing where there isn't, graveyards aren't haunted because it's not.
Yeah.
They don't go there to be with their body. They go where they, high
Where
impact
their
locations. or where-
emotions, yeah, like where their family are, or where their last
Right.
big
Energy.
event happened, or.
Yeah.
But then
so,
I do think to myself, like, if I was a ghost, I'd head straight to like the creepiest graveyard ever, and I'd just freak out any kid I found. Like,
Any
you know,
kid? you got to.
Yeah. Kids always,
Christ,
they're always,
Oh,
let's go to the graveyard, pretend how brave we are, and I'll be like, bring it, because I'm haunted.
This is
Let's
do
Canadian.
this.
do this.
Stacey,
I'd go
Stacey's
straight to a
haunting
graveyard.
Canadian church.
Yes, now
Canadian would
that's
be the place to
a
go.
good church. That
Yes,
is
it
a good church to haunt.
But it's really hard because it says that the gates shut at dusk, and it's like dusk is such a vague.
It is
Yeah,
vague.
I think it's
Measurement
just
of
had
time.
so many people turning up, causing damage. I mean, I don't feel like half of them mean to cause damage, but yeah, so they kind of close it down, and especially on Halloween. I remember trying to drive years ago now, but I remember trying to drive there on Halloween night, and just like the road was closed. They just don't let anybody in.
Wow.
I don't know if they still do that, but I can see
But I
why they
think the
would.
roads-
They do.
Yeah. I've been in the church because I'd gone there on a night that they were actually holding the service. And before they actually opened the service, I had a quick dart in, had a look around, and then come out again. So I've been in there, and it's quite like little in there. It's not the biggest. But yeah, but then the time that I'd gone on, I'd literally gone there with a friend, and we were just like, come on, should we just have a look what it's like in there? We were just on a drive. So she was like, all right then. So we kind of had a look around. But when I'd actually gone for an investigation, the gates were shut. You couldn't get in. And he had on there, these gates are shut at dusk. So it's like, oh man. So we went to Hockley Woods instead, and that was horrific.
Oh, that was the badger.
That was Screaming Boy Woods. That's a whole different ball game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me and Woods do not get on.
I love the
nice,
Woods.
isn't it? It's a
I
no
like
for
it.
me.
Yeah, like Woods are kind of my best place to be, I think.
If I could live anywhere, it'd be like in the middle of the woods or forest or something.
Definitely.
I like to go when it's like daytime or dusk, but it's when it's not, and you feel like Bambi's mum, like you're surrounded by trees and you can't see past them. You know, someone's
There's
looking at you.
badgers.
There's badgers, yeah.
There's badgers.
Badgers
Yeah,
are evil, man.
Poor
I used to
Daddy
work with
Lane.
badgers. They're not nice guys. They have a problem with the world. Seriously, they do.
Do you blame them though?
No. I think I was probably a badger in a past life.
Honey badger.
Yeah, honey
Ooh.
badgers.
Honey badger.
Yeah.
Well, I remember, guys, if you've got any questions, like, we haven't had any people ask us questions yet, have we?
No, we haven't.
Maybe we haven't given them a chance. We're just talking. Just talking.
We
about
are.
Yeah.
I will say,
we're having a mother's meeting.
Andy has added the single best EVP I ever recorded was in Durrington churchyard. Just checked, and the app does say just think of something and breathe. He's talking about the random
Random Nautica,
yeah. Andy added that Hockley Woods was the site of a certain dark ritual work in the 1990s. Oh, you have to tell us more about that, Andy.
Ooh.
And he has a question, and it's pending because there's a ... Like, dun, dun, dun.
Watch this
The
space.
question.
I have a question ... And it's like the suspense is. I wonder if we should just all sit in silence until it comes up.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Oh, I was wondering who would break it first.
Laura, should have known it was Laura.
Oh, well.
I'll be carrying out a ritual summoning on Saturday night. You all okay with that? Yep.
Oh, yeah, I'm down
What
with
was
that.
that?
I'm fine with that.
I'll be carrying out
Oh,
a ritual
man, I
summoning
wanna
on
see
Saturday.
this. Can someone like video call me while this is going on?
If Andy lets us, I will.
Please.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss all of this. I
Andy's
feel
the
Yeah,
best.
I'm happy
I'm having
with
a
this
case of
summer.
FOMO.
Andy is
Oh
the
no,
best.
I feel bad now. There's FOMO. No, hang on. FOMO.
Oh,
Yeah.
FOMO.
I hope you feel bad.
No.
I do. I probably won't on Saturday, but I do now. But
And you're going, this
I'm
is the best time ever.
absolutely fine with summonings. That would be good.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's exciting.
Hope it brings up some activity. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I'm
Mm.
sure it will.
Crystal crying as well. Oh yeah, I'm going to bring my pendulum with me on
Ooh.
Saturday as well. Do some pendulum
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, that's so cool. Okay, so we've got 5 minutes left. Oh, and Andy, I tell you one thing I will say is me and Sarah have been working towards having you on, interviewing you. So I will catch up with you if that's okay, and sort out for us to be able to do an interview in this setting if you're okay with this. I know you do a lot of podcasting and you have your own show and stuff. So yeah, if you're happy to, we'd love to have you on our show. Yay! Thank you. So we have 5 minutes to go. I think we should do one question for each other. So Sarah, you go first. Who have we got a question for?
Oh, bloody hell. Don't give me time to think, will ya?
Nah.
Yeah, it's like on the spot.
Yeah, I don't like being put on the spotlight.
Laura, I'm going to ask you, what got you into the paranormal?
Oh, do you know what? I've always been a bit of a freaky person. Even when I was 5, I got into like horror movies. And like I remember watching like The Exorcist and The Poltergeist. I think I was only 7. I loved it, and it got me right into thinking what's out there and that. And then when I was 18, I worked in a place called Lobster Smack, and that is really haunted. I remember when I come downstairs, because it's got them upstairs and downstairs. You come downstairs and you can hear people walking about upstairs, and there's no one there. And I remember we had a lock-in. Those were the days when you had lock-ins in pubs.
Yeah.
And the ladies' door just slammed shut really loud. And I think that's when I was like, oh, actually, this is obviously true. Because I was always skeptical, but I
Yeah.
was always interested. I loved it, absolutely loved it. And I think at that point, that's when I went, yeah, I really want to get into this and start investigating and just seeing what's out there.
Yeah, the
But
Lobster Smack.
yeah, I think that's what got me into it. Lobster Smack is,
I love that.
it is
I love
really
that
haunted.
place.
It's
That's
I've had
actually
so
in.
many experiences
The-
there.
Are
Like,
you going to say Charles Dickens novel?
Yeah, it's in a Charles
Yeah.
Dickens novel,
Great
Smugglers In.
Expectations.
Yeah. So it's like
Yeah.
it's a really great. I'd love for us to be able to get into the investigate, but I don't think the current owners are interested. Sadly,
no.
but
I am
she's
gonna
right.
ring them though, see if it's
You
a
should.
possibility to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really good friends with the chef. Maybe we can get like an in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Maybe
Live
if we
shot.
just
I reckon
go
we
from
should.
all angles.
Yeah, like pincer movement.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bombardment. Yeah, sounds good. And Laura, she used to come in. I've known Laura since we were kids, and she used to come in from school, come into like college or school, or whatever, and she would tell me about these horror films that she watched, and they were so messed.
But you're gonna go
Oh.
back the tree one.
We're not going to talk about that because it's very graphic, but it was horrific. So much so, she told me when I was 15, and I still today remember her telling me about this film because it was so horrific.
It was,
And
it
she was
was
like,
the
yeah.
film The Evil Dead. It was the film Evil Dead, you know, with Ash and all that. And yeah,
With Ash?
it was
That's
basically,
scary.
no, it weren't. Honestly, I thought it was hilarious, but it was about
It's
a
a
tree,
comedy.
basically. Yeah,
Yeah.
basically this tree raping this girl, and I was telling Karen, she's like, "What the hell?"
They
No,
cult
watching.
now. Like
Oh,
they are cult classics.
It was so funny. I love Evil Dead. Well, I think it's well wicked.
Not a
So
great
Simon
sign.
has asked a question, which I think
Oh.
the rest of us can answer to. Apart from doing lives and investigations, what future goals for the channel do you have? Reaching 1,000 likes could be a great start.
Yes.
That'd be amazing.
1,000 subscribers. That's what we want.
Almost
1,000
there.
subscribers.
Yeah, we would like that. We would also like to, in the long run, maybe put something together that's a bit more longer, with a lot more content in it. That's something we would love to do. Also, lots of reviewing, being able to share our investigation. What's that? What's that say?
Monetization.
Monetization.
Loads of what do they call it?
Views.
Hours to get the monetization, but that's not really a main goal.
No,
I think more a case of we want to be able to put out like
live
real evidence that maybe the paranormal does exist, and
not just that,
something beyond the veil, and hopefully maybe we could do like interview a ghost or something. How amazing! This is what I'm about, okay? This is my
amazing.
I mean,
I love the fact that our mission statement is interview a ghost.
Interview a ghost. No, but like you can ask some questions.
No,
like, what happens on the other side? Like, is it just?
Yeah.
Are you just like within all the energy, or are you literally like a block of energy? Is this whole source energy a part of that? I'm getting right into this, so I'm going to leave it to someone else now.
I just imagine being able to answer
going over to a but I think as well, going over 1,000 subscribers means that we get to go. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, sorry, it was just a bit of a break.
Hear me?
1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours watched is what you need. Oh, that's a lot. 4,000 hours.
Okay. Yeah. No. For us having 1,000 subscribers means that we can go live on our channel. The same reason why we want to get to that point on TikTok as well is simply so that we can go live on our channel, which it makes it easier for us to stream. StreamYard is fantastic, and we can go straight onto StreamYard, but being out on an investigation, it's not as easy to stream from StreamYard onto things. It's just a bit easier to go straight from that and then going live from that. So that's our goal. And if anything happens in the long term because of that, that'd be great. But that's not our be end all, but that'd be fantastic. PA UK earns from YouTube and it pays for the server for the shows. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, so self-sufficient. So that's good. I'm glad it does do that. But yeah, and also going forward, just being able to do things more educationally historical. I don't know if that makes sense. But we have like a lot of the work that we've done previously are on historical cases, historical investigators like Hans Holzer, really amazing figures like Sybil Leek.
I do think that the history of the places that we go to is just as important as the investigation.
Yeah,
absolutely, 100%. That research for the background.
Yeah. And to be able to travel to these places, like I would love for us to be able to go to Sybil Leek's shop. I'd love for us to be able to do that.
My dream to go is the Ram Inn. I'd love to go to the Ram Inn.
Yeah. So that would be amazing.
Name, isn't it? The Ram Inn.
Yeah. Oh, it's good fun. Well, we've got to the end of our show. And I want to say thank you for everyone that joined us. Thank you. I look forward to meeting you, seeing you, Andy, at the weekend.
Yes, okay. Looking forward to it.
Andy.
Yep. And obviously next week we'll have Terry and because we've had a bit of a break from the live simply because we've had episodes that we put out. So next week it should be back to normal with Terry and Laura. But we will be having a second episode from Kent Division as well, so make sure you keep eyes out for that. If you haven't already, then please can you subscribe? That would be amazing. And just invite friends as well if you think they'd be interested in some of our content. That would be great. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Well, me and Sarah back in a couple of weeks, maybe with Andy. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right,
Bye,
bye,
guys.
everyone.
Bye,
And
guys.
see you next Thursday.
Bye.